Why you think you do not succeed. Hello and welcome, I'm Peace in Person, and today's topic is why you don't think you succeed. First of all, I'm very glad that you tuned into my channel again. I'm just a little bit exhausted. I took a bike tour here to this place, to this wonderful area here at the edge of the forest behind me. So I'm just going to the topic right now. But let me start with a quick story why you think you do not succeed. Oftentimes you are maybe like myself at university talking with your colleagues or with other students, or if you are at school you are talking with your other friends there, and maybe you come across this very topic that you think you do not succeed, that there are some doubts and you are just always struggling with something and you think that you are a failure. But let me tell you from my point of view how I think about this topic. I know exactly what you are going through. It's tough, it's very difficult, and maybe you are like me at university and it's much harder than at school. I know at school it was easy because from my point of view there are always teachers there and they will help you with your plans and with your homework and they will motivate you to learn. But at university things are different. You have to motivate yourself, you have to make your own plan, and you have to literally make a new whole schedule for your day, because there are so many rooms and different classes which you have to go to, and it's not like school that you are only at one room or one place and then the teachers will change for one lesson and then the other lesson. At university it's different. You have to change rooms and the teacher or the professor will change. And that's maybe something which can trigger the thought that if they are always changing, then why I'm not changing? Why do I still think that I am a failure? Now here comes the conclusion. From my point of view at university, I'm always talking with other students and they think that there's something odd. It's not quite right or correct, like at school. At school it was easy. You do your homework, you give it to your teacher, they correct it, and then you have a corrected version of your homework and they will give you some feedback. Then you can see if you are good or if you are bad, and then you can improve and ascend. But at university there's nothing like this. You know, you do your homework, yes, then at the lessons they will get talked about it just for a very quick time or for a very short period of time, and then they will go on further with the next topic. And there is this shortcome with this feedback. At university there's no feedback like at school. Maybe you can have a learn group with other students, but if your day schedule is just so chaotic and you do not have any time to spend with other students to talk about or to even share your homework or your own work, or just even your plan to see who is even with you at one lesson and then at the next lesson. That's very difficult, and that will maybe make you think that you are a failure, because these social networks which you had at school, they will disappear at university. It's like and gone, and then you are alone, all at yourself, and then you will struggle a lot. You will struggle for maybe the whole time you spend at university, or if you are lucky you will get friends and they will stick with you right from the beginning to the next lesson, and then so on and so forth, and through weeks and through months. It's not like school. School is easy. there you can, maybe you think you're a failure because your homework was bad, but then you will get the feedback from a teacher who knows or who's an expert on this topic, and then he will tell you how to improve yourself. But at university there are also professors on some courses or classes like this, like where you can give your homework to someone who is an expert on this topic, and then he will give you feedback. But for me, I have such a chaotic day schedule that I do not have the time to do this specifically. Or in another case, I know that there are also students who do this, but they still think that they didn't improve from the last time. So that's always a struggle. As you see, feedback is nice, yes, and also getting the help of other students in a learning group, or even from a professor if you write an email, but that's not the point. It's something up here in your head you have to change, and that's something I really like to recommend to all students out there. Stop procrastinating, stop looking at memes, and start your homework today, right now, if you know what I mean. If you are at a lesson, make some small papers with some notes. Maybe draw even a picture. If you are a creative person and you like to draw, make some small comics or anime. Or maybe if you have so much time, then you can even, not like me, I do not have the time, start the learning group with other students. Go and make your own social networking connection. Like at school, at the old days, where you were all at one class, now you have to make one class group. And also memes, you can use memes, but you need to make those memes into your stuff or topic from your lesson. For example, these 4 memes with 4 pictures, just make your professor here, one statement up there, and another picture of your professor and the corrected version, and then you can learn with memes. But that's, for me, time consuming, and again, it's always from my point of view. I can only share something from my experience and not from someone else's, like so authentic and so touched by my emotions. So right now it's getting better for me, for myself. I have found some other students with which I can share at least a little bit of a lesson, and I get a little bit of feedback, and that's a slightly better improvement for me, for myself, and that's good. Because last time, or in my beginning of university, I did not had something like this. No learning group, no professor, not someone to write an email to so he can correct my stuff or correct my homework and give me feedback. But right now I have this, and I'm happy. I'm glad that I have this help. So, as always, keep in mind, maybe you think that you're a failure, or maybe you think that you do not succeed, but you are just at the beginning. Just go through it. Literally, you have to pull yourself through this tiny hole of not thinking that you're a success, and then if you're out there, then you will see that you are a whole success. You are so much more. You are not that little student who just thinks or who just doubts all the time about himself because he's such a loser and doesn't get feedback. Nevertheless, it's always good to have those groups. And of course, we all are humans and we all think maybe this type of thought once, but do not think so much about it. It's just normal, I would say, from my point of view, if you are beginning at university or even studying something else on your own, not at university, like learning another language, maybe Japanese or Chinese or Finnish, or how do you call it? Swedish even, yes, or Spanish. That's just some quick examples. But as always, keep in mind, you should have fun. If you do not have fun at university, or if you are only struggling, then you should seek help. Ask some friends, maybe ask your parents, maybe ask someone else who is in a higher class from university or who has done some more, who has spent more time at university. Or maybe even ask your professor, just frankly ask him, here, how was it for you when you started to study, and maybe you can share some experience with me so you can help me. These are just some quick tips for you. So keep in mind, always have fun, always keep smiling, be friendly and be polite to your students, to your professors, to your teachers. And as always, change will hit you drastically at university. You have to prepare very well. So make friends at the beginning, or maybe ask a professor for his email and just write him your homework so it's easier for you. And I'm signing off. Bye bye.